Welcome. It's so nice to talk to you today. We're the Camp Loll staff, and we'd like to represent here some information about your summer camp orientation for the summer. Of course, you can always get in touch with us or to the council if you want to hear more. My name is Loll Connor, and I'm camp director at Camp Loll. And we're meeting here in what's called the Scout Room at Connor House. And we have lots of memories from Camp Loll and scouting around the world here with us today. So I hope that adds to your pleasure a little bit as we try to cover some information. So as I said, my name is Loll.
Jody Orem, assistant camp director at Camp Loll.
And I'm Leif, and I'm also an assistant to Loll and Jody.
So we're a team. As far as the world is concerned, we have one camp director at Camp Loll, and you're looking at all three of it right here. So it's good things come in threes, I've been told before. All right. Like I said, if you have any questions, you can contact us. The email is going to be provided in relationship with this video as you'll get it here. I'm going to turn some time over to Leif now. He's going to talk a little bit about the Leader's Guide, which is available online.
And I would just like to, at this point, also let you know that if you need to contact us, you can send an email. My email address is Connor, CONNER, lg@gmail.com. We can also put links to Loll and Jody's email in the notes for the video. And we also would like to let you know that you can find the Leader's Guide on the camp website. So if you go to Crossroads of the West Council website under Camp Loll and you scroll down to the bottom of the page below where you registered, you'll see a list of documents there. Many of those things will help you prepare for camp. And the one you definitely want to look at is called the Leader's Guide. And that's going to be an overview of pretty much what we're covering here today, but you'll have some forms that you can look at, as well as maps and other specific information. So anything you want to reference, you can find probably there in the Leader's Guide.
So Camp Loll is located in a wonderful and beautiful place. We're 2 miles south of Yellowstone National Park and 4 miles north of Grand Teton National Park. Our camp butts right up against the Jedediah Smith Wilderness area and is in the Targhee National Forest. It's a beautiful place. I'm going to argue one of the most beautiful places in the universe. We really love it there. We're on the shores of Lake of the Woods, and we have that treasure pretty much to ourselves. It's a wonderful location. Just so you can get an idea, it's almost exactly 300 miles from downtown Salt Lake to our parking lot up at Camp Loll. We do need to take into consideration one thing. About the last 35 miles is a pretty narrow little, my kids call it the roller coaster road, going up and down through the beautiful fields of those farms there by Ashton, Idaho. And the last 23 of those miles, as we enter the national forest and pass into the wilderness, is gravel road. Now, that sounds like an adventure driving down gravel road, but when you get into camp and see how beautiful it is and how nobody's there but some Boy Scouts, you'll understand that that distance over the gravel road is a blessing and it's a protection to us. Some people choose to come in from the east. They come in, it's now called the Headwaters Resort. Some of you will remember it as Flag Ranch, but there is a road that comes in that way from the east, and it's only about 18 miles of gravel road, but it's a lot longer to get around to it from Utah than if you just want to come in from Ashton. But either way, the trip is beautiful. And as you and your scouts enter that wilderness and it begins to close down in around you and you begin to feel the wildness of it, I think that trip in is a seminal event in our camping experience as they find themselves literally in the middle of the wilderness. So that you'll know our scheduled program, which is in the Leader's Guide again, is from Monday to Saturday morning. And so hopefully you'll arrive by lunchtime and we ask you to bring your own lunch or eat it on the way, but shortly afternoon that you arrive in camp. So you'll know we will have someone at the end of the road, the end of the pavement, waiting there to greet you and give you some encouragement for driving into camp. And once you arrive at camp, we will meet you and help you get your vehicles properly parked. And your camp friend, who will be working with your unit throughout the week, will meet you in the parking lot, or along with a whole herd of Camp Loll staff members to help you get your gear unloaded and safely back into your camp. We ask at that time that your scoutmaster, at least one of your adult leaders who's been assigned to take care of this, check in at the lodge almost immediately so that we can go over some information with you. Meantime, you're getting all unloaded, your vehicles are getting parked, and your kids are getting more and more excited about camp. As you arrive in camp, you will be given a swim check time. And that swim check time is kind of a goal you're working for. As you approach that, your camp friends will once again come to your campsite, and they'll give you a tour of camp, and they'll show you everything. Of course, any staff member in camp, and you can usually recognize our staff members, at least on Mondays for sure, by the dark green uniform that we're proud to wear. We are a venture crew, and we're proud of it. And we'll meet you there. And you just ask any of us, and we're happy to get you where you need to be. We want to get you all checked in, get your camp all set up and ready to go, because our program begins at 4:30 on Monday afternoon. We'll have 3 short merit badge courses so that every scout will find where the merit badges are going to be provided, and also get a good taste of their teacher and their event, get some requirements done, begin moving down that course. And then we also offer a really fun advanced camping experience, which we call the ACE activity for the older campers. It's also offered that afternoon. And then we also are going to be eagerly helping you with all kinds of other activities that you could become involved in. And then you'll be ready to go. As I said, please, when you check into the office, the one leader that comes there, please bring your group roster. You can complete your merit badge sign up on the web page, and we'll be linked to that and can put all kinds of your advancement information right into that. We'll give you a copy of what the scouts have earned during the week before you leave, but it will be online for you. When you get home, you can just flip on your computer, and we're ready to have business for you there. It is important that you plan to take your swim check at Camp Loll. That water is so exhilarating. It's so refreshing that taking a swim check in any other water is probably not a just way to find out if you can swim 100 yards in Lake of the Woods. But it's one of the great gifts that we give you. It's lifetime bragging rights on how to swim in the wilderness. And it's just going to be a beautiful place. And of course, lifeguards and helpers on duty to make sure that that happens, and your camp friends will get you there to where you need to be. All of the meals for every unit is provided. Every single unit that comes to camp is on commissary. And this is a wonderful opportunity because we provide you just enough food for one meal at a time. You eat most of it. Get rid of anything that you didn't eat in the garbage trailer, which is up by the incinerator. And then also wipe your dishes clean before washing them. All these things we'll explain in greater detail. But then after every meal, every scented item that might attract bears into your camp is poof, gone. And we burn it all up in the incinerator, and there's no smoke. We send it as hot air into the heavens, and the bears have no reason to come into camp. So we hope you look forward to that. But you can come in as early as 4:30 to get your meals on for your supper on Monday, but you don't need to come in right then. It'll be available for you right through 6 o'clock, and you can get your meals taken care of then. We would ask that you try to keep up on your payments. Half of the payment for your location and your campers at Camp Loll, there are youth and adult fees, and that includes your meals, as I said, and all other kinds of wonderful things, will be due by mid-May. And this will allow you to get your merit badges already registered for and get you on here. The remainder of your camp fee is due 2 weeks before you arrive in camp. And then if you should have to end up bringing an extra person, we are honored to collect money from them. But please try to keep that to a minimum, because we have to buy the food we're going to feed you for the first couple of days of the week. The week it gets delivered the week before you arrive. And so if we don't have a pretty accurate number, then we have to start eating bark and stuff. That's just a joke, but we just hope that we can work that out with you. If you plan to have visitors come during the week, and they're always welcome, but let them know that they need to check in to the office immediately upon arrival, and then we'll help them find the camp, and there won't be a chance of your campsite, I should say, and that won't leave them to wander off into the woods and get lost, which by this time you'll have understood the need of, but they won't. And we'll have them check in at the office and settle any costs for food, and also make sure that they bring a physical with them. That physical filled out A and B if they're going to be there 72 hours or less.
We need all three because it's only at the event. So.
Oh yeah, at Camp Loll, because of the type of event we are and our distance from the hospital, you do need all three. And that's why I have a genius here to correct me if I make a mistake. And so I just want you to know that our goal at camp is to provide for you a safe and unforgettable outdoor adventure, something that you might never be able to pull off on your own. Our best gift for you is the camp friend that we're going to provide for you, and a dedicated, loving, excited, pro scout camp staff, just like we have at all the wonderful camps in our council. And we're going to be working with you to give them the ultimate camp experience. Speaking of which, I'm going to turn the time over to Leif, and he's going to go over many of the program activities that are available to you and your scouts this week at Camp Loll.
So thanks, Os. One of the things you'll want to look for to find out what's happening day by day throughout camp is also online. It's called the Week at a Glance, and that's our daily schedule. And then you'll see things on there again, like a reminder of arrival times and what will be happening on Monday and also throughout the week.
Evening activities.
Evening activities will be there as well. We do have built into that program 3 merit badge classes that most scouts will do. They are, like Loll said, Monday afternoon. They have a shortened to a half an hour, but the rest of the days are 1 hour in the morning for each class. And then in the afternoon, we have 3 hours set aside for free time in the program areas where there's lots of merit badges being offered. All the nature, scoutcraft, handicraft merit badges, as well as orienteering, personal fitness, and sports. The ranges are open for your use during the free time in the afternoons, as is the waterfront and all the activities that are available to you at the waterfront. We also have polar bear going on during free time, mile swim, and many other opportunities for your scouts.
Climbing for returning.
Climbing and rappelling for second-year campers, and that all goes on during free time. We have a Trail to First Class program for scouts working on tenderfoot second or first class rank advancement. That can be signed up for as one of their 3 merit badge class periods that happens during the 3rd merit badge hour, or it can be done during free time. If there's a specific few requirements that they want to earn during the week at camp, then they can go down. There's a list of available requirements that we can provide to you as you check into camp, and so that you can see where those requirements are going to be available for them to pass off and where they can go to get help with those. We have a sign up online for merit badge classes that will begin in May after you submit half of the payment. So as Loll was saying, to keep up on the payments, in May, you'll pay half of your fees for the camp, and then you'll be able to register your scouts for classes online. There will be opportunity for every scout to take the classes they want to take at Camp Loll. So we have large classes already, and then there will be a waiting list that goes on, and then when they arrive at camp, we'll get them into the class that they want to be in. So let your scouts know they can be in whichever class they want to be in.
So we just want to reiterate that there is no limit on the number of campers, scouts that we can accept into any merit badge. So if the merit badge class fills to a point that the teacher is going to be stressed, we'll open another class with another teacher. So you can count on the merit badges you want will be available for you at camp.
We also have many recognition programs built into camp. So we have the Bull Moose Award, which your troop will work on throughout the week. And this is a ribbon that you hang on your flag. And you, I hope, seen these at many camps that are offered so that it can remind your troop of something they worked on together and a memory that they'll carry for years and be able to look at in time to come. We have also a totem that, and I don't think any of us are wearing this.
I have one right here.
These totems that are for the Camp Loll totem, and this is something that you wear on your right hand pocket in the place of a temporary patch. And throughout the week, you'll earn beads or wooden tokens that will represent activities that they have done throughout the week, and then that can remind them. And that's something that you'll be given for every scout and every leader. It also serves to help us recognize who should be in camp. So we ask that leaders, especially, that you carry your totems with you and help us to recognize that you're part of the camp program. The Fellowship of the Moose is a recognition program for returning campers. And so the first time you come to Camp Loll, you can earn the Brave Arc. Second time you come, you can earn the Warrior Arc. As you come back for third and fourth year, you can earn the Medicine Man Arc and Chief Arc. This is what you'll see in the Fellowship of the Moose patch goes in the middle. This can also be worn in the place of a temporary patch. For the adult leaders, we have tribesmen and elder tribesmen for those that return for multiple years to camp. There will also be a camp patch that you'll be awarded. These are from past years to show you an example. For each camper that participates in camp, there will be a patch for that participation. And we also have a hike day, so we want to make sure that you're prepared for that. Hike days at Camp Loll are divided between Wednesday and Thursday. If you're on the north side of camp, starting from Ne Persay over to the campsite Lemhi, then you will be hiking on Wednesday. If you're on the south side of camp, starting from campsite Sioux and all the way around, including the campsites near the lake and the chapel where Puma, Yucatan, and Zuni are, they're all part of the Thursday hike day. So we wanted to make sure that you plan that into your program and let your leaders know that are coming or adults coming up which day your hike will be. We have many opportunities for hikes. They're described in the Leader's Guide in more detail. And at camp, we will also describe those to you so that you can pick the hike that will fit your troop best. We have evening activities every night. We have campfires on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday evenings. The fun part about the Wednesday evening is that's when the troop gets to perform. So your troop will perform a skit, a song, and a run-on, and you want to be prepared with those, and you'll have an opportunity to show those off at the Wednesday night campfire. We have inspections each morning, starting at 8 o'clock in the morning and going up until about 9:15. There will be inspections, and your commissioner, along with senior patrol leaders from your commissioner area, will come by the camp. And the inspections are fun and exciting opportunity for the troop to show off what they're doing and how they're participating in patrol method and involved in the activities and showing off their uniform and their troop cheer and their and then that's a chance for us also to encourage safety for and following the safety guidelines of the BSA and also of Camp Loll that we do to stay safe. So we have a fun way every day to keep ourselves safe at camp. Every day we also have 2 flag ceremonies. We'll have one in the morning and one in the evening. Monday we'll just do evening flag ceremony, but until Friday we'll have a morning and evening flag ceremony.
You need to tell about Tuesday and Thursday nights activities too.
Oh yeah, and And for after the flag ceremonies is when we begin our evening activity. And so on Tuesday night, that will be the Fellowship of the Moose, which
Scoutcraft skill events and then fellowship.
yeah, so it goes Scoutcraft skill events, then flag ceremony, then Fellowship of the Moose. So Tuesday's a little bit unique. Scoutcraft skill events are by commissioner area, a chance for you to show off your skills in first aid, knot tying, plant identification, and knowledge of outdoor ethics. And so there's some great opportunities for you there to as a troop to practice some of those scout skills. Thursday night, we have a bit earlier flag ceremony because that's where we do the Highland Games.
Nice.
And then we also do the honor trail following the Highland Games. So we're going to take everyone as a camp down to the Spruce Grove, play games to our heart's content as we watch the sunset through the forest. And then when it gets dark, we'll go through the honor trail and hear some of the role models of camp, some of our staff speaking about what it means to them to do their duty to God and their country and to serve others and take care of themselves. And then you'll walk back to camp. And that Thursday night is a perfect opportunity for you as a troop to have reflection over the week and a great opportunity to have that kind of special moment. There's a roundtable every day for adult leaders. We'd like to invite Scoutmasters and all adult leaders to come to the roundtable. That happens at 11 o'clock every morning in the chapel. And we'll be giving information about what's happening in the program and explain what the philosophy is and how it ties into the values and aims of scouting. There will also be things that you can take back to your troop and use, stories, songs, and knowledge that you'll gain from those roundtables every day. It's also where we'll give you information that you'll need to know about procedures of how to sign up for hikes and how to check out on Saturday morning and those kind of things. So the roundtables are important for leaders to attend. And we also have training opportunities for leaders at camp. So we invite adult leaders to participate in safe swim defense, training, safety afloat training, climb on safely, wilderness ethics training, trek safely, and chainsaw safety training, which we can explain how to sign up for those when you get to camp as well. I already mentioned we have free time throughout the afternoons and during our open program time, and that the ranges would be open. So you should know that the archery range is free of charge. There's no expense to use the archery range, and you can go there during free time and shoot as much as you want. The rifle range, every camper will be given 20 free rounds. That's as when you arrive in camp on a card. And those cards you just check off 5 rounds in each time you, 5 shells in each time you go up. And there are 4 opportunities to go onto the range. And so that's a total of 20 shots for free. Then you can buy additional shots in the trading post if you're going to spend more time at the rifle range. Those cards are transferable, so you have somebody that doesn't want to go, it's easy to share those cards and to participate in those. Scouts that are in the rifle merit badge, during merit badge class, they will not need to use their card, and so they can get a shooting during merit badge class that will not count against the 20 free rounds that they're given. I mentioned archery. We also have a top archer award for youth and adults, so we want to encourage you to use the ranges. We have boating, canoes, we have kayaks, we have rowboats, we have sailboats and catamarans for the ACE program. And I'll talk about ACE here in just a minute. We have climbing and rappelling at Weather Rock. We have, as I mentioned, merit badge and Trail the First Class. We have handicraft mile swim, which happens in the Lake of the Woods, great exciting activity. The polar bear, which you take a hike around the backside of the lake, sit in Polar Bear Springs and the waterfall there. And that's the most excellent. Identifying 10 plants and 5 animal signs along the way. And we have service and conservation projects that you can participate in, whether you do those in your campsite or whether you work with our staff to plan and carry out those conservation projects. That's something we also encourage you to do throughout the week. The ACE program that we do at Camp Loll is for scouts that are 14 or older, and it involves climbing and rappelling at Kehoe Basin, which is a 90-foot cliff that they'll do on Tuesday morning. Then on Tuesday afternoon, they'll do black powder shooting, tomahawk throwing, and make fry bread at the rifle range. On the hike days, which are Wednesday and Thursday in the morning, they'll do a boating activity out on Lake of the Woods. And then in the afternoon, they'll do catamaran sailing. Friday morning, they do a service project, and Friday afternoon, they pick the activity that they liked most, and they'll do that one over again.
Yeah. And it's important to know that on the day your troop is hiking, your older campers will be hiking with you. So we repeat on Wednesday, Thursday, the same ACE activity, because only half of the crew will be there.
And then, sorry, yeah, that's what I meant by hiking. The day you're not hiking, you'll do that activity. The other day when you're hiking, the ones that hiked the day before will do that.
Mhm.
Thanks, Celeste. The last thing I have to mention is opportunities for fishing. Fishing at Camp Loll is in Lake of the Woods is under the Wyoming Game and Fish. And so if you are over 16 or older, you'll need a license from Wyoming Game and Fish. If you're under that age, then you need to be with someone who has a license. We have staff members on camp staff who have fishing license that can take scouts fishing. So a scout who wants to fish can come and do that. Anyone that's over that age or any adult that would like to fish at Lake of the Woods, you can purchase a fishing license online through Wyoming Fish and Game. It's quite easy to get. There is some fishing in Yellowstone that requires a separate Yellowstone license, which I think is now going to be available online as well. And so just need to make sure that if you are planning to fish and that's important to you as part of your camp experience, that you have the proper license, and we can help you figure that out as well.
And there are places in Yellowstone close to us, Beulah Lake, I'm thinking of, which except when the moon is full, Beulah Lake provides excellent fishing. But again, you need to have a fishing permit to go there.
Yeah.
Well, thanks. They went over some, our program recognition and also advancement. I just want to talk about a couple of things that make those programs, advancements, and recognitions possible. And we better talk about eating here a little bit. Delos mentioned this already as well, but we do offer commissary. We do live in bear country, of course, so we have worked very hard through our Forest Service to ensure our safety while at camp. And part of that safety is ensuring that the amount of food that we keep in our campsites is at a minimum. And of course, our commissary makes that possible. Also, the meal preparation and the menus we put together have the idea of destroying of the garbage and the limiting of the waste that might be attractive to a bear. And so as you come into camp, those meals will be provided. Again, in the leader's guide, they have the commissary menus if you want to peruse and look over those. Please make sure that you contact camp. If you have anyone in your group that has any allergies or special dietary restrictions, our motto is to be prepared, and we would like to be prepared for your individuals who have those needs. And there is a website which is included in the information with this video, but it's utahscouts.org/allergy to let us know well in advance so that our individuals in the commissary can be prepared to make sure everyone gets the things that they need. Please make sure that, again, as we talked about before, that the other safety things we want to talk about, not just bears, though we do have bears there in camp as well. We want to remind you and just make sure that this is gone over with all of the scouts that you're bringing, that we don't climb trees at Camp Loll. We have so many big and beautiful trees. Perhaps there's a temptation to climb up in there like you're a hobbit looking to see how far it is to get out of the woods. But just remind you that we stay away from cliffs. And if you're up in a tree when you fall, that's a cliff when you hit the ground, right? And so please emphasize the safety that we need to have by making sure that we stay out of the trees. Hopefully COVID, by the time we get to camp, will be a long past memory, but we will follow whatever guidelines that the Forest Service and also Teton County has put in place. And those will be communicated with you if there's anything there as the dates to your camp arrival approach. We would remind you about hammocks. If you're bringing hammocks, and we know that they're very popular, please make sure that you bring a hammock stand or give us an opportunity to help to plant some posts We want to protect our trees that are there. So be careful that way. But again, hammocks are beautiful things to sleep in. I know that many pirates and sailors have done it over much of history. But again, please make sure that you don't damage the trees while we're doing it. And let us help you get that taken care of as we're going along. Please remember that we have plenty of firewood. As DeLoss mentioned, because if you have bringing yourself, bringing chemical fuels, a fire's primary purpose at camp then is the ambiance that it ends up bringing. But if you want to have a fire, please make sure that you bring the necessary equipment, the access hatches, and most importantly, the knowledge how to use those things safely, so that when they get to camp that they can use those scouting skills that we end up having, but they do it safely. Also, again, with fires, we're going to make sure that we will have a fire guard chart, again, as per BSA policy, and it's followed. There'll be somebody in charge of making sure that the fire is out when nobody is attending, that it's kept reasonable in size, and it's only in the designated fire pit that we end up having. We also want to emphasize how important it is that you go over with everyone how not to get lost. Camp Loll is in a unique place. As you're driving in, you'll start to understand what I'm saying. Imagine that road that you're driving in on in most other directions in about a 180-degree arc. It's that distance with no roads, no trails, nothing but cliffs and bears and mountain lions. Oh my. So keep them all in camp. And of course, the way to do that is make sure they stay on the trails. They always go with a buddy. They know where they're going, and it's been emphasized to them that they need to check in with you, their adult leaders, before they go anywhere. So in the event that there is a situation that does arise, we know where to go and look for them. I would also like, jumping back, to the commissary, because you'll be cooking in your campsites. It's important you bring the necessary equipment to cook. If you're one of our friends that's flying from a distance where it might make that difficult, please again contact us through one of those emails. Make your situations known so that we can be prepared to help you as you're arriving. Let's see, cell service. Just to let you know, we do have a phone at camp for emergency use only. It is a satellite phone. And so when we talk on that phone, you'll realize that through the delay that is sometimes there, that those signals do have to travel all the way to outer space and back. If you do have Verizon up at the upper parking lot where most of our vehicles we park, there is limited cell phone connection there. Almost always you can get a text message through. Even on AT&T that happens. But you need to be aware of the fact that you are in the deep woods, and communication with the outside world will be a little different than, of course, when you're in the big city. And I hope that is one of the things that you come to love and enjoy while you're there, the ability to be able to escape from some of those things. We have, let's see, we will have opportunities for a service project up here, but we'll talk about that. It's also in the leader's guide. When you arrive, your camp commissioner can talk to you about that. There's also a bead that can be earned as you participate in the service projects. I have down here contact information from questions, which of course is already there on the web page. As you're looking at this video down below, there'll be some links to talk to us if you have some need.
Okay. What we will have to give to you is an honor. We are honored to serve you this summer. We have a wonderful program. We provide lifeguards. We have safety officers at rifle and archery range, on climbing cliffs. We have an enormously carefully developed and trained staff to provide program in advancement and just for fun and growth. As I said, we have cliffs to climb and all of the climbing equipment that's necessary for that, for those who are in the climbing merit badge, and also an opportunity for rappelling. We provide you with these wonderful hike guides who've been on the hikes, who know how to get there. You will receive the lovely Camp Loll totem and the little wooden chits. It's right up there on the wall by the knife if you want to bring it down, or show it to them up close. This year we'll be giving those. If you can get it off the wall, it's coming down.
I can. Well,
never mind.
We'll
have beautiful wooden chips not beads this year, but we have those for you. They're very fun and very exciting. And we have a lot of them to offer. We also provide you, as I said, with the camp patch, with the ribbon, with the fellowship arcs that are provided for all adults and youth. Those are available to everyone. As I said, you get 20 rounds of free ammunition. We have wonderful training. We have beautiful bear boxes. We have really nice showers. We have food service people who are preparing your meals all day, every day. We'll get rid of your garbage for you. And of course, most importantly, as I've reiterated time and time again, we have camp staff. Oh yeah, we have Kaibos. Bring it over. We have Kaibos to share with you. I was quite excited. I take it up there and open the door. I had a friend of mine give me this little Kaibo, which a Kaibo means keep your bowels open. It's an outdoor toilet. And just imagine the fun when I saw what was inside that Kaibo. Even our moose know how to use a Kaibo. So I hope you're counting on that and will help us keep it clean. But as I was saying before I got distracted by the toity, we have a trained staff who will be perfect role models to your gals and guys. These are the people your campers' parents want them to grow up to be. And we are there committed to provide that for you. We will be, all of them, trained in CPR first aid, many of them in wilderness first aid. They will have had their training in how to deal with the weather, and of course with bears and fires and all the things that might provide danger. And those things are there. But we will be a wall and a bunch of stepping stones to bring you on to safety and to having a great experience. We're available to serve you now for the rest of the year. We're eager to greet you at camp. Jody, you have anything else to say to the crew?
Looking forward to spending the summer with you.
Thank you. Same here.
Thank you very much. We're so grateful that you're coming to Camp Loll in the summer of 2022.